Hello, Cancer. Your weekly love tarot reading begins with a Six of Swords. You see your person as a Queen of Wands, the relationship is a Two of Wands, and possible outcome is Four of Swords. Your person is coming in with a Five of Wands, Gemini, damn. Ace of Swords, Two of Pentacles is how they see the relationship, and possible outcome for them is King of Pentacles. Virgo energy, Hermit shows up. So, Cancer, damn. A lot of strife here, a lot of arguing. Five of Wands is a lot of bickering back and forth. Let's get right into your reading, Cancer. You're moving away to calmer waters, and your person is getting caught up in a battle, right? You're deciding to turn your back on like the trouble, the arguing. So you're moving forward. You may even be traveling, Cancer. You may even be going away. Your person is coming into the week with just a lot of anger. A lot of anger, a lot of wanting to battle almost for no reason, over nothing. Almost it feels like something's going on here. Hermit energy is there at the bottom. We're going to come back to that, Cancer. Let's get a little bit deeper. We're going to get some clarifiers out. I do love reading for my beautiful Cancers, and you are such caring and deep, devoted, nurturing people. So I'm not entirely surprised that if there's some strife or trouble in your life that you would want to turn away from it. So first of all, let's look at your energy. What's going on with that Six of Swords and Star? There's a desire, a goal that you have that you're working towards. So this may not necessarily be you purposely leaving a situation because of any stress in the situation. You're leaving because you're moving forward with a dream that you have, right? And let's see how your person is reacting. Is this Five of Wands to do with you leaving? Show me more. Ten of Wands and a Two of Swords. There's a decision here. Yes. So listen, it feels here right away, Cancer, that you might be dealing with somebody who really puts up a fuss every time you go do your own thing. You clearly have wishes and dreams, and you have the fire and desire and passion to go after them. Knight of Wands is very energetic. This is somebody who has a lot of get up and go. They're going to be moving and doing things. They're going to be sort of like putting their excitement into things and their passion into things, and their optimism. And certainly here, you're feeling very optimistic about some kind of goal or dream that you're moving towards. Some of you, as I say, maybe even physically, you may have to take a trip. And so your person, ugh, Ten of Wands and a decision. Well, this is the final straw. Feels here, Cancer, like you're dealing with somebody who gives you a hard time, or they're irritated about you doing this taking this action, and they are now in the process of deciding what to do about it. Ten of Wands is a feeling of being burdened with a lot of responsibility or a lot of hang-ups, carrying a lot of stuff, a lot of I don't want to go necessarily say toxicity, but just carrying a lot of energies that are unhelpful, that block your path, block your way. They're a burden. There's a feeling of being overburdened here. And this is what your person seems to feel. Whether that's correct or not, they bring a lot of drama as a result of it, right? So it may be a case, Cancer, of yeah, you've got to go do your thing, maybe to do a work, maybe, or maybe a hobby. It's what you love to do. And this person here is giving you a fight because they're like, every time you leave, I'm left with all the burden. So there's a decision that they feel like they're in the process of making. hmm Now that may or may not be correct from your point of view, but certainly this is the energy that I feel coming from them. Now, how do you both see each other? You see them as a Queen of Wands, and they see you as an Ace of Swords. It's interesting because you see them as a very strong, independent person. You see them as being very, very fiery, right? They see you, Ace of Swords. It's like a whole new outlook. Ace of Swords energy when they see you. It's almost as if, Ace of Swords, it's almost as if you have changed in some way in their eyes, right? You may have changed your outlook on something or the way that you are communicating. Something new has come into your life and they see that. You know, Ace of Swords can indicate a whole new outlook coming into your life. And that may be what you're doing now. You may have gone through recently a real epiphany, Cancer. You know, something may have happened in your life that has suddenly just really opened your eyes to the need for you to move towards your dreams, you know? And, you know, your eyes being opened, your clarity coming in. This is something that they see happening here, right? So you see them, but when you see them, you know, Queen of Wands is very strong, and I wonder why they are presenting with such kind of unhappy energy here. It could be that your person is not telling you how much burden, you know, they may be fighting with you and the fight is over something else entirely, bickering and arguing with you. But what they're not telling you is that they're overwhelmed and overworked or overburdened in some way. And you leaving is not helping. So let's get closer to what that Ace of Swords is about. I'd like to clarify that for me. Yeah, they see that you're willing to do everything for your work. You may be relying on this person too much, Cancer, right? Because they see that you are willing to fight for your job. You're willing to fight for your empire, your work. You know, there are things that you are willing to fight for, and those things are your possessions, your business, your money, the things that have to do with your job. And they can see that. It may be that you're not showing up enough for them. You may indeed have a strong person. Let's clarify that, Queen of Wands. What else do you see about your person? Show me. Before I finish that thought, I want to see what the tarot, what's the message the tarot has to give me. Four of Pentacles and Chariot. So you see them as the type of, okay, so this is interesting. Yes, Queen of Wands is very strong, resilient, very experienced. And what's further to that, you see that they're the type of person who really protects a lot. You see that they are the type of person that really protects a lot, protects the money, takes care of the money. They're really like sort of, I'm going to say, strict about that. You know, not greedy. I don't feel greed here necessarily, but I feel like a real strictness with making sure that everything physically, as far as your relationship, is on par, is together and handled, right? And this is, you see that they take this responsibility on. What you may not know, Cancer, is that this responsibility is in fact very overwhelming for them. Chariot energy is there. You also can see that they are part of your future. You see that they are, but let me put it to you another way. Yes, you see them as part of your future, but when we're looking at just how the energy you're picking up from them, you may be picking up on the fact that they're starting to think about other options for their path. Two of Swords is there. They may be starting to think about other ways to move forward for themselves also, you know, because there's a feeling here, Cancer, as we get deeper into this reading, that you are somebody who perhaps you may be leaning on your person. And this is not to say that all of the fighting and arguing and the anger that's here is, you know, is still something, is healthy. It's not healthy. It's still toxic. But the reasons for that are starting to become a bit more clear. And, you know, you're not all entirely innocent here, right? But it's just a case of, it feels like a case of loving your work more than you love your spouse, or assuming that your spouse doesn't require as much attention as your work, right? I don't think that you love your work. You actually love your work more than your spouse, right? I think you love your spouse, right? Or your partner, this person. I think there's love here. But I think you're so used to them being so strong, Cancer, so strong and so together and so resilient, that you may have begun to tread a little bit into the taking for granted area. And because they're not really talking about it the right way or communicating with you about their sense of feeling overwhelmed the right way, it's coming off as a lot of arguing and fighting over nothing. Meanwhile, they're deciding whether they should be moving on. And you're picking up on that energy, but I'm not sure that you know what's happening. How do you see the relationship? Both of you see the relationship as twos coming in. Excuse me. So that's quite interesting. right? I mean, you want to move forward with this. They're looking at, well, hang on a second, there's a lot I've got to keep up in the air, a lot I have to juggle. Your roles in this relationship, you may have this idea that you are steering the helm here, that you're the one who's sort of, you may believe, and in the way that you're fighting for so much over here, you may believe that, hey, listen, I'm doing this for us. You know, I'm doing all of this work. I'm doing all this traveling. I'm doing all of this for us. Yes, it's my dream and what I love to do, and I'm ambitious about it. But this is the energy I'm feeling off of you. If you're resonating with this reading, is that you don't see yourself doing it as a selfish act. You don't see yourself coming from a selfish place. You do definitely believe that your purpose in this, one of your roles in this relationship, is to take care of these things, is to push forward, is to conquer new territory and gain and increase for the sake of your livelihood and happiness and theirs as well. Right? They, however, see their role as, once again, having to juggle everything, juggling. Meanwhile, you're over here exploring the world and sort of like enjoying kind of making the money, work, but going out and being the adventurer and bringing it all home. They're at home juggling, right? And there's a lot of chaos. Two of Pentacles can indicate, yes, you are keeping the balls in the air, but there's a lot of chaos. Eight of Pentacles, there's a lot of work. Judgment comes in. Yeah, a lot of work here. Your person feels like they're constantly working, and Judgment comes in. Are they going to move forward, let go? What's happening here? Yeah, there's a feeling here of them coming to a place where they're going to be making some decisions. Magician energy comes in for you, and King of Wands. That's what I said. You feel like you are responsible for leading all of this. King of Wands is that energy. You may be very talented at what you do, Cancer. You know what I'm saying? You may be very talented, successful, right? You may be a leader in your field. And this is what you're kind of consumed with right now. And I think that part of you believes that's your role in this relationship, what you should be bringing. This, I want to say, how do I say, this sort of empire energy, this leader, empire, control energy, fiery energy. It's too much for your person. Somehow there is work being left for your person to do at home. And it does feel a little bit, Cancer, like ultimately, yes, you are doing it for you and your person and the family, but you love it anyway. It's like you're doing something you love, so there's no sacrifice there, right? And your person is kind of being left to do things they don't love. And so it feels like they're the ones who are actually sacrificing. Even though you're doing this for everyone, you're doing all your work and everything for everyone, it's not the same kind of sacrifice for you because you love your work to begin with, right? And so that's what your person is feeling here. Four of Swords and King of Pentacles, possible outcomes. You begin to realize you need to sit back and start to reevaluate things and think about things a little bit. Practice some gratitude for what you do have. I think there may be some people in your life like give you a bit of a wake-up call. Judgment is here. Judgment is a bit of a wake-up call. It is on your person's side, but it could be that they're the ones who give you a wake-up call. They may say, hey, listen, either you step up or this, and you begin to say, uh-oh, hang on a second, let me reevaluate what I'm doing. Because again, I don't feel like this is something you're doing intentional. I think you're just unaware because you do have a strong partner and you've been able to rely on them. And I think that it's just gotten into a rut of relying on them too much, right? And not checking in. King of Pentacles is for them. Yeah, it's interesting. They may decide to step into their own sort of empire, right? Their own, I want to say, territory to conquer and to reign and to rule. There may also be somebody who comes in for them as a benefactor or a support. King of Pentacles has shown up twice now here, right? And so here I see it as it representing you, but here the tables may be turning, You know, the tables may turn. And because you're not dealing with someone who isn't successful, it also feels to me, Cancer, like you may be dealing with someone here who's kind of put their success in their life and their work on hold to be the partner. And they're like, hang on a second, maybe I shouldn't be doing that. And they may lean right heavily into their sort of heavy work mode, heavy work ethic, and begin to put more energy into their endeavors and projects and ideas, right? So these are possible outcomes here. Let's go ahead and get your zodiac runes. I'm gonna be doing an extended. But first, we'll pull out the zodiac runes. Some of you are dealing with a Taurus. Shocker, Tauruses are definitely known for working very hard, bringing home the bacon for sure. Some of you are dealing with a Libra. All right. And some of you are dealing with a Capricorn. Yeah, so 2 hardcore earth signs and an air sign. I'm not surprised. Hey, listen, I'm going to go ahead and sign this off. This is your reading. This Virgo Hermit energy is there because there is an awakening coming for you to follow your own, for your person to follow their own path. I believe this Hermit is resonating with your person, right? And this desire for them to begin to maybe be on their own. So watch out for that. I'm going to go ahead and sign off and head on over to the extended. If you want to join me on the extended, just click that link at the top of the description. In the extended reading, I go deeper into what is going on with your person, what your person really thinks about you and how they see you, and what your person really wants in this relationship. So those 3 energies, we go a little bit deeper into that, and then we pull out the oracles and the animal spirits. So if you want to check that out, go to the extended. Other than that, Cancer, thank you so much for joining me. Cancer Cross Watchers, thank you so much for joining me. This is Bow and Arrow Tarot. I wish you all love, life, and happiness, and I hope to see you right back here on my channel next week for your weekly Love Tarot reading. Bye-bye now.